Well, hey, it's Mr. Songer coming from you live from the luxurious location of Practice Room B here at Chaska Middle School West. And I am here today to do lesson number 4 with you wonderful 8th graders who were not able to attend your lesson on Friday, October 11th. So listen carefully because I'm going to give you an assignment here during the video, and you will need to record that for me and send it to me in order to get full credit for this lesson. If you're a percussionist, why don't you go ahead and use your bell kits for this lesson and play along with me as we all do the Green Standard of Excellence book. And we're going to start on page 5. Page 5. All right. So page 5. As you can see, I'm holding the licorice stick. That's right. They call this the licorice stick. That's the nickname for the clarinet. A lot of you probably didn't know that. So next time you see your favorite clarinet player, say, wow, you're a really good licorice stick player. And I am not a very good clarinet player, so there'll be some squeaks today, but that'll be fun. If you make a mistake, you can say, well, Mr. Songer made some too. So we're going to do page 5, and I'm looking at number 16 right now, which is the concert C minor scale skill. And we've done one of these before, where there's a natural minor scale, a harmonic minor scale, a melodic minor scale, and then it finishes off with an arpeggio and chords. And just a little theory lesson on this. Again, there's 3 different kinds of minor scales. And as you look at number 16, the natural minor scale has no accidentals in it. Basically, it's whatever your key signature says, those are the notes you play. The harmonic minor scale, as you look at that, the second highest note of the scale has an accidental. For most of you, it's a sharp, all right? And then the melodic minor scale, the second and third highest notes have those accidentals. But only when you go up the scale. When you come back down, those accidentals go away, and it's back to normal, all right? So there's 3 different kinds of minor scales. And then just to know, make sure you know your terminology. An arpeggio is a chord where you play each note of the chord one at a time. Because on a band instrument, unless you play the mallets, you can only play one note at a time. So when you do one note at a time in a chord, we call it an arpeggio. And then we actually end with a chord. Well, when you're playing right now, again, unless you're playing mallets, you just choose one of those notes in the chord. In the band lesson, we have people playing both of the notes, and it sounds like a chord. All right, so here we go. This is number 16. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so that's number 16. Let's move on to number 17. 17 is tricky because of the triplets, the rhythm. And I think a lot of you know what triplets are, but just a reminder, triplets are 3 notes over the course of typically 1 beat. And triplets are written in the form of 8th notes. They look like 3 8th notes barred together. And there's 3 of them during the beat. So if the beat of your song is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you had these 8th note triplets, they would go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, da 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 da, 3 per beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when you look at, say, not the first 2 notes of this song, 17, but the next 3, and you have those 3 8th notes barred together with a 3 over it, that's how they go. Da da da. Okay. What's confusing on this one are the first 2 notes. What happens here is you take a regular looking triplet, 3 8th notes, and instead of writing all 3 of those 8th notes, 1, 2, 3, you take the first 2 and you combine them together. So instead of those 2 8th notes, you have 1 quarter note, because there's 2 8th notes and a quarter note, right? And then you still have this little third triplet left over at the end. And what that means is you have a note that gets 2/3 of a beat, the quarter note, followed by this eighth note triplet, which gets 1/3 of a beat. All right. So that rhythm would go like this: bum, 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 bum. I call it the Mickey Mouse rhythm from the old-time Mickey Mouse theme song. Mickey, bum ba dum, Mouse. Right? Okay. So the rhythm on number 17. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. If you want to just listen to it, and then you can play it with me, I'll do it a second time. It goes like this. Okay. I know some of you are like, oh my goodness sakes, are you kidding me? It's not that hard. Come on, suck it up. Here we go. Let's try it together. We'll do it both times with the repeat. 1, 2, ready, and go. All right, so there you go, number 17. We're going to skip number 18, and I'm now going to focus on number 19, which is a chromatic scale. And this is where I need to tell you your assignment. We have a playing test due October 15th, and it's on number 2 and number 19 in this green book. Your assignment for this makeup lesson is to play either number 2 or number 19 for me and send it to me. And so basically what's happening here is you are doing one of your playing test songs for me. If it doesn't go that well and you still want to do it again on October 15th or record it again, that's cool. You'll still count as your makeup for this lesson. But if it goes well, not only can you treat it as the makeup for this lesson, but you can also treat it as part of your playing test score, because you have to do these two for me. So number 2 and number 19. We're going to do number 19 right now since we're right here on page 5, and then we'll go back and hit number 2. All right, back on page 2. So number 19 is a chromatic scale. You might need to look up some fingerings in the back of your book. They also put them at the top of page 5, some of the trickier ones. You can check out that if you'd like. All right. And the rhythm for this is a dotted 8th 16th pattern. So it's going to be 1, E2, sorry, 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, and then you'll come back down. All right. Some instruments have 2 different octaves. You may choose the octave that you're more comfortable with. Doesn't matter to me which one you choose. All right. Let's try this together. Number 19. 1, 2, ready, and go. Sorry. We're going to do it again. Ready, and go. All right. I don't know. I probably would have given myself not an A on that, but at least he gave you some practice. All right. So that's one of your choices to submit for your makeup. Let's go back and do number 2 on page 2. By the way, percussion, you may submit this on either snare or mallets, even though I'm having you play mallets right now. On the playing test, number 2 and 19, one has to be on snare, one on mallets. Your choice, which is on which. All right. Last one we're going to do, number 2. Again, some of you have high and low notes. Choose which one you want. I'm going to do the low on the clarinet to spare you my incredible upper range ability. All right. And one more thing. Second line says simile, except for the percussion. Simile means continue doing the slur pattern. So you're going to slur 2, tongue 2 throughout the whole song. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. listening to Makeup Lesson 4. Thank you for putting up with my incredible clarinet playing. And again, make sure you do that assignment, get the recorded assignment in. And that is it. Have a great day, everybody.